Okay, my name is Helen. I'm from Canada. I have a practice background before going into academia. I practiced in Canada for 8 years before starting my academic career. The course I'm teaching is called Legal and Policy Implications of Innovation on Society. Well, innovation is about doing things new in a newer, better way to the benefit of individuals and to society. Innovations has basically been able to improve the quality of life in healthcare, increase productivity, just make life more interesting and easier. But the question isn't so much about whether or not we should be developing technologies and innovations just because we have the science and the knowledge to do so. The question that needs to be asked, which is what we're going to address in this course, is what are the social, political, economic, environmental, ethical, all those different impacts of innovation on society. So, for example, what kind of limits should we be placing on biomedical innovations? We have the science and technology to correct, genetic defects in order to make a fetus viable. And with that correction, does that mean we should be using the science to enhance this unborn child's heart, opening the door to the whole discussion about designer babies? Things like, cultured meats and GMO plants in terms of creating more food for our increasing population. What are the economic, market, and environmental impacts of those? So those are the types of issues we're going to be looking at. I think any student who's considering a career in, public service, private practice, industry, even academia, we all need to start thinking about things in an interdisciplinary manner to see how different stakeholder interests impact and shape policy in terms of its outcome for society. It is about an interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary perspective, looking at things from a more holistic way, seeing how different considerations shape policy, how policy needs to be dictated in a way that is supporting the advances of technology. We need to control the dialogue. We need to shape the future instead of letting the future just shape us. There are lots of consequences, unintended or anticipated in terms of discoveries of new innovations and technologies, and just because they seem to be beneficial for society, it doesn't mean that the public can't benefit from some sort of a protection or regulation in terms of those negative consequences. So we need to put our minds and think about these things and look at it, as I said, from an interdisciplinary perspective to make sure that policies are in place. Supporting innovation while protecting societal interests. That's 6 words, but close enough.